Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick video here on that machine. That's the AGT DM12X-C. You guys have sent some questions on it. I did a few videos on it, and it hasn't been so great. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's actually been parked most of the time. Let me see how many hours I got on it. Nope, I got the battery unhooked on it right now. So anyway, I've had some issues with it. Let me show you the first couple things. I've actually owned this since March of 2024. So coming up on 2 years now. And I've only had a couple problems, but getting parts for it is pretty much ridiculous. This is the first issue I had. This is the swivel, which sends your hydraulics from here to below the rotation of the turntable. So basically the tracks and the blade, your hydraulic lines go to this, then they come out of this and go to the tracks and the blade. This swivels here, which allows it to keep your hoses from getting all wrapped around it. So this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what happened to mine. So like I said, I did 2 jobs with it, with the machine. I dug about a 75-foot trench, a couple feet deep, to bury a tile. Worked perfect, no issues at all. Went to dig out a small stump, and this is what happened. So I actually reached out to AGT because the machine was still under warranty. I reached out by email, the customer service email, and let me tell you, that is a big runaround. You know, they make you send all kinds of information on the machine, and then they don't know what parts fit the machine. So I had to take pictures, I had to take measurements, send to them. Then they respond back and say, you know, we don't have the parts. It's better for you to reach out to somebody locally to try to get the parts. If we get the parts, we'll send you the parts, which they actually did. Not that one. That one, I actually spoke to AGT. They told me all that. So I looked on eBay. I found that one on eBay. I ordered it. It came in. I installed it. It didn't fix the issue. My actual issue was, once I installed the new one, I had no right track. Right track would not move frontwards, would not move backwards, wouldn't do anything. If you tried to move it, it would bog the engine down. Sometimes it would kill it. So my issue this whole time has been right track will not move. So like I said, I installed that one. The new one that I got off of eBay didn't fix the problem. After a while, AGT finally did come up with one and sent me one. So I thought maybe the one I got off of eBay was bad, so I swapped them out, and that did not fix the problem either. So I actually have an extra one if anybody needs one. But I reached out to AGT again. You know, it took like 65 days to get the swivel from AGT. It actually comes from China. So it didn't fix the problem. I reached out to them again. They said, you know, send me everything it's doing. I sent them videos of what it's doing. I told them, you know, you guys have already sent me this swivel. It didn't fix it. It was just ridiculous. You know, again, they have to have part numbers, serial numbers. They apparently don't keep any records. I bought this machine from them directly. They have no idea when I bought it. You know, nothing. I basically had to tell them everything about the machine, about me, my address, the date I bought it, how much I paid for it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So they determined after all that information, probably, I don't know, 2 months, maybe even 3 months later, they get back to me and said, okay, we're going to send you the entire valve body. It's got to be the valve body. So it also comes from China. So it takes 60 days, 90 days to get from China to the US, goes to a warehouse, then from the warehouse, it ships to me. So probably 6-7 months later, I got the valve body. By this time, you know, I'm pretty much fed up with this machine. I'm done with it. It's been parked. It stays parked. I don't use it for anything. So I finally get around to swapping the valve bodies. So the valve body should be right here, which is what all your hydraulic lines hook to, and it disperses them to everything else. So I unhook all of that, take the valve body off, which is it's not a bad job to get that off. It's actually not a bad job to replace that swivel, because if you take the battery out, the swivel sits right down in there. You don't have to take the valve body off to get to that swivel. If you guys need information on replacing a swivel, let me know. It's very simple. You can get to the bottom lines through above the tracks. You can get your top lines from right there without taking the valve body off. But now that I've taken the valve body off, if you do need to get that out of your way, you need more room. It's 4 bolts, 2 right here, 2 over here. You just take those 4 bolts off, and you could raise that valve body up here out of your way if you needed to, without unhooking all these lines. You may have to unhook the big line that comes from the hydraulic tank to the valve body to do that, but you can get it up out of your way if you need to. But to just replace that swivel, you do not need to unhook all of that. You just got the lines going to the swivel. There's 4 bolts in the bottom, and then there's a locking mechanism on top, which I'll show you on here. A locking mechanism just goes down over this joint right here to keep this, to move this when the turntable moves. So anyway, they send me the valve body. I finally get around to it. I swap everything out. When I'm done, I still have the exact same problem. Right track does not move frontwards or backwards. So again, I'm tired of it. It gets parked. I don't do anything with it. I reach out to AGT, tell them, you know, didn't fix the problem. You know, what else could we do? I'm not nice to them. I'll be upfront with you, because by this time my year warranty has run out. You know, I tell them, look, I don't care what it takes, just send me the parts that's going to fix this thing. If I have to pay for them, I'll pay for them. They're nice enough to tell me that, you know, they'll extend my warranty, because they know I've had so many issues with this machine. Like I said, it's 2 years old. It's run twice. If I remember correctly, it's got like 14 hours on it, something like that. So I get the same response as I did before from AGT. Look, we need your model number, your serial number, your part number, the day you bought it, where you bought it, who you've been communicating with, all that information again. So I give it all to them again, and I get a response email that says, we do not know what else it could be. You know, reach out to somebody local, see if they can fix it, blah blah blah. You know, nothing but making me mad is what they're doing. So I actually get on Facebook and I put a comment on there, you know, looking for a right side drive motor, because that's what I'm guessing is the only thing that can be left. Hydraulic fluid goes to the valve body, goes to the swivel, goes to the drive motor. So I reach out on there, and a guy reaches out to me. We'll just say his first name's Jose. He works for AGT, and he works in California at a warehouse, out of one of their warehouses. So he reaches back out to me on a Sunday and says, hey, you know, send me what information, videos, what the thing's doing. And he said, if I have to pull a drive motor off of a new machine that's sitting in our warehouse, he said, it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. So I reached back to him, sent him some videos, told him what it was doing. He responded to me again on a Sunday and said, hey, try this and try this, and that will tell me what it's doing. So I gave him that information, exactly what it was doing, sent him a couple videos on it. You know, while the thing was running, while it was bogging down, while it wouldn't move, anything I could, I sent to him. He responded back to me. He said, yep. He said, it's not that swivel. He said, your swivel's doing what it's supposed to be doing. He believes it's the valve body that they sent me. So I don't know that I'm 100% sold on that, because, you know, the right track wouldn't move on one valve body. So we sent it back. They sent me a new valve body. The right track won't move on the second valve body. So I'm not sure. However, Jose has been great to me so far. He asked me to send both valve bodies to him, and he would go through them, see if there's anything wrong with them, and if there's something wrong with it, he'll fix it, send it back to me. So I have sent him both valve bodies. Today is a Sunday. He should have got them at the warehouse this past Friday. So we'll see. I mean, it's a light at the end of the tunnel, because this thing was basically just going to stay parked. I actually offered AGT to drive this, put this machine on a trailer, drive it to them, drop it off in Chicago, and they wanted no part of that. They said nope. They said we can't do that. Even though on their website it says repair or replace, I told them, if you guys want this machine back, I bought this machine brand new from them. It has everything on it. Has the thumb, has the rotating boom side to side. You can move the boom side to side. It's a $7,000 machine. I paid over $7,000 for it. Offered to give it back to them for $5,000. They could have it. I'd take it was like $7,500 when I bought it, so I'd take a $2,500 loss on it just to get rid of it. I had no part of that. No interest at all. So it's set here. I own a business, but you know, a machine that's not reliable, you can't schedule things for it, because you know, if it breaks down, then you got to rent a machine or whatever to finish the job, and then your profit margins out the door. So at this point, that's where we're at. The valve body's been sent to them. They're going to take a look at it here in the US, so California. So hopefully they will find an issue with that, send it back to me, and I can get this machine back in working order. A problem I have now is, even though I'm unhappy with the machine, I can't sell the machine because their AGT and the other Chinese manufacturers are flooding the market with them now. There's actually a auction here locally within about 40 minutes of me next weekend on the 24th, and they have probably 30 of these that they're going to auction off. They had an auction December 23rd. I went to it. They had another 30 of these, and they were bringing anywhere from $1,800 to $2,300. So like I told you, I got $7,500 in this total, plus all the hassle that it's been giving me since then, and I could go buy a brand new one just like it for $2,500. So you know, so it's not worth me selling now. So I'm gonna keep it. If I can get it fixed, great. If I have to pay to get it fixed, that's fine. Jose seems to know what he's talking about. He's reached out to me several times, so he's went out of his way to help me so far. So we're going to jump through this thing, hopefully get it fixed, and that way I can use it. So that's where we are with it. You know, would I suggest buying one? No, not at this point. But I've also seen on Facebook and the AGT Facebook channel that, you know, a lot of guys have good luck with them. A lot of guys don't. It's just not reliable enough to me to add to the fleet, to schedule jobs with it. You know, if I have to do a job where I got to get through a gate or something like that, you know, that may be a time where we load it up on the trailer and take it to wherever we need it. But if I can get another piece of equipment to it, that's what I'm going to do. So AGT, I'm sorry I'm giving you this bad review here, but I'm going to be honest with the guys. Like I said, there's been several comments wanting to know what happened to it, where it's been, if I've had any luck with it, and it's basically been setting. It'll still fire up. Everything else will move on it when I get the valve body back, but you know, everything else moves. The only issue I have is the right side track will not move at all. I switched the hydraulic hoses from left side to right side, and then the problem switches left side to right side. So I know the track motor's good now, but why it won't move, I have no idea. Hopefully Jose's right. Hopefully it's a valve body. Hopefully I got two back-to-back bad ones, and I'm giving him the opportunity to fix that. So he seems to want to fix it. Like I said, he reached out to me. He's been nothing but friendly. Gave me his personal cell number. I reached back out to him on a Sunday, sent him all the information I had on a Sunday. He's been great. So hopefully this thing will be fixed. But that's where we're at right now. We're still working through it. So you guys that subscribed, wanting information on this machine, that's why I'm doing this video for you guys. So if you need something, reach back out, send me a comment. We may do another video on this when the valve body gets back, just so we can so you guys will know whether or not that fixed it. I do actually have a hydraulic cooler and fan sitting actually right there on that rocking chair in a box that I bought to install on this, and we may do that just to get everything back in working order once the valve body comes back. Hopefully that fixes it. But if you guys got any questions, send me a comment. I'll pay attention to it again. I kind of dropped it after this thing just got parked. So, but we're getting ready to do a few more jobs, not with this, but a few mulching jobs, which will probably be the next video that I post here before long. I got 10 acres of woods that needs to be cleared. So if you guys are into that, I appreciate you watching this video. Come back, watch the next video, like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you want to see what's going on with this thing and how it turns out, I'm just as curious as you are to see how it turns out. So I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate you all asking questions. I appreciate you all commenting. So thank you very much, and we will see you on the next one.